Hello, my friend. It's the Crypto Lunatic, the channel for crypto newbies. And today I bring you Bluefin and we ask the question, is this a great catch or is this Jaws waiting to steal your money off you? So I'm going to explain how I found it and I'm going to do some very base level research into it. And this is really about showing you how to find these for yourself. And also because this is such a small little channel that I can talk about these things and the price is not going to pump. So without further ado, follow me on this little voyage, even a joyage. Maybe there's something, a new word for you, a voyage of discovery. So it all starts here, my friends. DeFi Llama, great resource. And why I like DeFi Llama, because it shows you who's actually making money. Making money, my friends. This is the difference between cold, hard facts and hype. Now, you can make money in crypto with hype coins, but are they going to be sustainable? And what we want to do is follow the money. Now, SUI blockchain has been getting a lot of mentions, a lot of hype, a lot of pumpage. It's outperformed Bitcoin lately. So I'm looking into SUI and finding what is going on with this blockchain. And as we see here with SUI, generally the total value locked has been going up. Now, yes, there's been a little bit of a retrace here. It's gone down to 1.6 billion, but look, it's starting to upturn now, and I do believe that that trend will continue. Of course, I could be wrong with this. Let's look at things like volume. We see volume is looking interesting. And here's the thing, DEX volume. Let's get rid of the other volume. Let's just look at DEX volume. Look, we see as of here, round about September time last year, but volume on SUI has been getting very, very interesting. And not only that, here's what we're going to focus on today. Chain fees. Look at this. Chain fees have been going up and up and up because more people are trading on SUI. So this is where I think. So we go underneath and we thought, well, who's making all this money? And right at the very top, look, we see almost $300,000 in 24 hours on SUI. And who is the big player? The big player, my friend, is Bluefin. 72,000 in trading fees in the last 24 hours. So here we are. Look, we go down to here. We see big plus, big plus. Certainly big plus there in the 1 month change. So things are happening on Bluefin. There's a lot of activity. It's cleaning up. It's making money. So we click on Bluefin here and it takes us to here. And it tells us the fees. And I asked it to list the monthly fees. Now let's look back this month. And we're not even at the end of the month yet. Revenue. I want you to focus on revenue here. 626,000 this month alone in revenue. 653,000 last month. 559,000 in March. 691,000 in February. In January, 1.24 million. And in December, 1.29 million. So this thing is making serious money. Serious money. All-time fees, 23 million. And it's all happened recently. It's starting to spike up now. So this got me interested. So we're going to go to CoinMarketCap and we're going to look at it. And the first thing we see, look at this, a tiny little market cap, 40 million for a company that's generating so much money at the moment. And look at this as well, volume. The volume is more than the market cap. So this is an interesting point in the market. When we go here, we see the total supply is 1 billion. And we see that the percentage in circulation is 30%. Now, that's not great tokenomics, but When we look here, look, when Bluefin started trading back here, back in December 2024, it was at 25 cents. And right now, you're looking at getting in at half of that price, which means that even if there is major dumpage, well, there won't be because we're at half the price. There's not enough profit, which tells me that this is a very early entry point, that this is an interesting point to get in because it's now at roughly half at what it started trading at. And although I couldn't find what the early VC investors got in at, I can tell you that it's unlikely that they'll be taking profits at this point, especially when it's making money. We go down a bit. We see it's trading, obviously, on their own exchange, on Cetus, on BitGet, MEXC, Gate, KuCoin. Now, these are fairly big exchanges. They're mid-tier. Now, it's not on Binance yet or Coinbase, which means that if it does get listed there, that could be a significant boost. So SUI price set to sort as DeFi assets surge. So we've got momentum in the market as well here. Now, this is something I talk about a bit, but this is a really good user case. So this is a vesting schedule. What does this mean? So this, when all of the early stage investors get in, the part of the deal is that they have to get tokens unlocked down the line. And this is so that they don't just get on and absolutely crash the price by taking loads of profit. So they have to hold on to their tokens and they unlock them at certain points. And you see here, look, unlocked is 30%, which means that there's 70% of the tokens are going to come onto the market at some stage down the line. And investors, depending on what the price is, are likely to want to take profits. So as we see here, look, it's creeping up 31%, 32, 33, 34. So we've got 3% of the tokens to be unlocked between now and December 21st. Now look at this vesting schedule. You're starting to see steeper steps. If we go to here, so 3% up until November 21st. And then suddenly, look, it creeps up at a bigger percentage. So here's where it happens, just there. So that tells me that you want to get out definitely before December the 5th. Now, this is where these metrics, we can start looking at them and you can start playing smart because they'll almost definitely, if the price shoots up, there'll almost definitely be a dump here. Almost definitely. Because that might seem like a small percentage, but in the bigger picture, if the price is surging, the odds are that there'll be plenty of investors looking to take some profits at that point. So what I would say is if you are getting in, that you want to seriously consider selling it or getting out by the end of November. So this is just little tricks for newbies to be aware of. You can see when things are going to get unlocked here. So about Bluefin. Bluefin's a decentralized spot and derivatives trading platform. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to go chat GPT and child friendly on you later. So this is where we're looking. So the next thing we go to is contracts and explorers. We go to SUI scan to see who owns what. We go here and we click on holders. And what we see here, these are probably exchanges. Gate is an exchange, BitGet is an exchange, MEXC and KuCoin are exchanges. So the odds are that these have been put on different exchanges. And there's only small allocations on each one. So this is actually a decent distribution at the moment. So that is very positive. We go on X. We look at their social media following. And here we see, this is incredible. Now, bear in mind that this only launched in December last year, 153,000 followers. Now, 3.4K, 38, not so great there, but that's 10 hours ago. So they're active. May 25th, 2 days ago. and that's got 482. So this looks like a fairly active social media account, which is very, very positive. Now, I went to CryptoRank to see if I could find out when the early stage investors got in. I do that by fundraising. Now, it doesn't share that data with me, but it does show that they handed out 0.2% of the tokens free. They had a launch pool on Gate, which was free for another 0.08% of the tokens. They had investors on Beam. And here's all the big VCs. Now, these are the guys that are going to be taking profits when the vesting schedule kicks in. So undisclosed, undisclosed. And this is how we check for things like this. Sometimes you can find what they got in at, but on this particular one, you can't. So I've gone to ChatGPT and I asked them to please give a brief explanation and investment analysis for Bluefin Crypto and make it child friendly. So what is Bluefin Crypto? Imagine you're playing a game where you trade toys with friends. Now think of Bluefin as a super smart robot that helps you trade toys or cryptocurrencies with anyone, anytime, without needing a grown-up to manage it. That's what decentralization is. This robot built on a special playground called SUI blockchain, which makes everything fast and safe. Bluefin is a platform where you can trade two types of toys. Spot trading, it's like swapping toys instantly, and derivatives trading. This is a bit trickier. It's like guessing if a toy's value will go up or down and making a bet on it. The cool part, you keep control of the toys the whole time and everything is transparent. So you can see all the trades that are happening. Now, Bluefin's token, it has its own special token called Blue. Think of it as a golden ticket that lets you vote on how the playground should be managed, earn rewards for being a good trader, and get special access to new features. The Blue token is available for trading platforms like KuCoin and BitGet, making it easy to get involved. Is Bluefin a good investment? Investing in Blue is like buying a piece of growing playground. Here's what to consider. Growing popularity. Bluefin has processed over 48 billion in trades, showing it's becoming a favorite spot for traders. Strong backing. Big investors like Polychain and Bevan Howard believe in Bluefin's potential. Innovative features. With plans for new tools and a mobile app, Bluefin is aiming to make trading even easier. Community involvement. Holding Blue tokens lets you have your say in the playground's future. However, some users have expressed concerns about transparency and customer support. So it's important to stay informed and cautious. Now, customer support in Web3, that is an absolute, it's an absolute nightmare. I've had so many issues with customer support. So this is something to bear in mind as well. So things to keep in mind, market volatility and security, that goes without saying. Final thoughts. Bluefin offers a unique way to trade cryptocurrencies, combining the fun of a game with opportunities of a financial playground. If you're interested in exploring, remember to learn as much as you can and trade responsibly. So, and if you need help setting up a wallet or understand how to start trading, feel free to ask. Now, there's a resource, my friends. You can use ChatGPT to help you to start trading and to set up your own wallet. So there you go. There is just an insight to find these coins early. Now, this channel is about discovering things before they pump. And let me tell you that most of the videos you're going to find with influencers will be talking about coins while the curve is going up. While the curve is going up, my friends, you want to find it before the curve goes up. And this one looks like an excellent opportunity. Not financial advice. I'm not invested in Bluefin, but this looks exactly the sort of thing that would be interesting. And if you've enjoyed this content and you want more of the same, then please do subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like another video from me, you will find it just there.